and I would like to demonstrate an application I developed using the latest version of Spring Boot 4 and Java 25, Cucumber, and Testcontainers appears to be working as expected. So Spring Boot 4, then we have Java 25. So we go ahead and run Maven, clean install. And this is to demonstrate that Testcontainers is working as expected. And one thing I'll point out here is for data tables, I'm using thread local to store the values collected from the feature file here, and those get exercised here in the steps class. So I set up a method to exercise the search form on the search bug form on Marine Bay at a site I developed, 30 years ago. Maybe not that long, 20 years ago or so. And here's the method for the steps that are used to exercise the search form. And this basically uses thread save to collect and loop through the data table rows, collect the values, and then here it executes the test steps. So let me run this. This is going to run up, it's going to spin up a container with Selenium, Chrome driver, the latest version of Selenium, Chrome driver, and Chrome. And this is on the production server, so this is a remote URL. All right, cool. And then if we look at the Cucumber report, actually that took a video, so let's check that out. It's 10:30 at 2 a.m., 2:09, that's it. Okay. Finder. And you'll see the execution here. It fills out the, all right, cool. Now, let's check out the Cucumber report. And this will have all the steps. And this fills in the form, submits the form, checks the verifies that the content the results contain the content that was used to exercise the search. And this is the second instance of that, which correspond with these two rows. This is contender. And this is 17. Length is minimum length is 17. Okay. And that's our submit button. Okay, and this is our bow grid locator. All right, so that is working. Now I have another. Let me demonstrate this is working locally. Right here, we'll turn this to false. I have another test that I can run. Can't get that to pull down. This is for a client, a website I developed probably 20 years ago. This is going to spin up a Chrome driver. I mean, an instance of Chrome. Pardon me. You'll see Chrome pop up, or Firefox, sorry. This just checks it and verifies that there are no errors there. Alright. That was fast. Okay, let's see here. It's so wild. There we go. Open browser Firefox. This has all of the steps. So if we go to this, let's see here. Click services. I just want to make sure. That went so fast. I click contact us. Let's just put a delay here. It's 3 seconds. Oh, let's run that again. Make sure that is. If we get that delay. Yeah, cool. Cool. Alright. Cool beans. Alright, man. So the way I developed this this application is I set up a step definitions file with step definitions that are reused, and then I also set up a steps class for each for each test, rather than setting up a step definitions class for each test. So, and these are the steps for the steps class that are mapped to the step definitions. So if we have IM on page, I don't know why it's not searching for me. Okay, let's see. So this is, I navigate to, I search for, and those all correspond with methods and a interface here. I'm on page, I click, I fill field, I see param, I select option, and if you look up here, each one corresponds with the steps method that interacts with the capability on the web page. So just wanted to point that out. I also have a test for a local microservices application I have running on my on localhost. It's a microservices application I developed using Spring Boot, Keycloak, and Angular. So we'll run that next, and this is going to run locally. This is vital signs, and this leverages the thread local to store these values, the values for each row that are used to exercise the components on the web page. But this is actually, let's see if we have any records here. This is the database. Is there anything? Okay. So let me from vital signs. There's nothing. Oh, I see why. There we go, one row. So we have this one row right here. So we've got one record. I could pull that up. But let's see, these are the values to get updated in the test. So let's make that none. We'll make this the right arm. And demo none. So we have that in the database. This is a vital signs data table, and I can demonstrate that this is working on my local machine. Here's Keycloak 9000. If we log in, if we go here, browse vital signs. This is it, 128.78 left arm. Found with Java. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. We'll execute it by tag name. And I can run these in parallel. very cool. I'm using JUnit 5. Right arm. Cool. Looks like that passed. So let's make sure that those were updated to the values in our test: 129, 128, 129, 79, 79 right arm, and the 9 demo. We'll check out the cucumber. I cannot drag that thing. And Firefox. And this has the steps for updating a vital signs entry. Alright, cool. And basically I set it up so that it logs the locator so that you can actually manually exercise the test case, or exercise the test case manually. So, and that's it. Thanks for watching.